drinking water is one of the most sought-after resources, especially when disaster strikes. With the increasing frequency of cyclones and other extreme weather events, floods have also intensified in Fiji and around the globe. Very often, wells and reservoirs are polluted and there is a high danger of increased bacteria and virus contamination causing typhoid, diarrhea, and other, at times, deadly diseases. The recent UN Global Risk Reduction Conference in Bali featured many relevant innovations, among them a portable water purifier from Waterome.
Yeah, the product you can see in the background there is our Roam Filter Plus. It's our flagship product because we produce solutions in the home, the commercial, as well as the outdoor sector. So we developed a product where we combine the high-class and world-class technology we have in Singapore. We condensed it into a small unit so that we can maximize our impact to the people who need it most. People in disaster sites, in rural areas, refugee camps, remote places. So later I can do a demo of how it works. Basically, it's a hand pump filtration system. It works exactly like a bicycle pump, so anyone can understand how to use it. And with every stroke of the pump, we're actually producing clean water that is safe for drinking, that removes bacteria and viruses, as evaluated by the WHO. And we actually have used it in many disaster responses. We've been involved in over 10 disaster responses, partnered with 60 humanitarian organizations, and have impacted about 200,000 people to date. Okay, so basically how it works is that, I've set this up, this filter. It takes about 1 minute to set up. I put it right next to a water source, so this is a pond. The water here isn't clean to drink, but all you need to do is set it up, throw the hose in, and now I have my bottle here, right? Just open up the switch, and you see even with one pump, okay. Okay, now I filled up my bottle of water, and it is safe to drink. So, cheers.
Cheers.
So, for example, 2 years ago, during the Vanuatu Cyclone Harold, we actually partnered with an NGO called Sea Mercy because it was during the height of the COVID pandemic. We couldn't travel, no one could travel, but they took their boats out, and because our systems are so portable and lightweight, each community system for the Roam Filter Plus supports up to 1 to 200 people. But it's very lightweight, so one person can carry it. And so what they did, they sent a few hundred of these by boat into Vanuatu to support after the cyclone that hit. And then they went to all the different water sources, and there was a lot of good feedback on it. Basically, any water source, river, well, that was impacted by the disaster, if the water was still flowing, they will just pump the system on the spot and get clean water to drink for the whole day. And we know that this will be viable in many places, even in island nations, as long as there is a water source, the river, well, rainwater. As long as there's a water source, we can treat it, remove the bacteria and the viruses so that people are free from diarrhea. Because one of the key problems with after a disaster is actually the water. If they don't have clean water after 3 days, they die. Even after 3 days, they drink dirty water, they get diarrhea. So as long as they have a fresh water sources, it doesn't treat salt water for now, but as long as you have fresh water source, it will be able to treat it in a really fast manner. So right now the filter, the main component is the membrane technology. And we've actually incorporated a very simple maintenance mechanism. All you need to do is close the front tap and open up the drain valve, and you actually flush water through it. You actually flush the dirt that's trapped on the surface of the membrane. So we made it very simple. The filter itself can last typically about 2 years, about 1 million liters of water. It kind of depends on the water quality, but from our experience, it can range anywhere from, if it's extremely dirty, like say 6 months, or even up to like 4 years. So we average it out, it's about 2 years. This costs $350 US. Yeah. So right now, this is more for a community system. So actually, one system like this, you see it's so light, right? But actually it supports up to 1 to 200 people.